This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Rachel Consola standing by. We'll take caller 9-844-999-OLA to play profile this in minutes. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check in with Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
A woman stole a battery charger from a CVS in Pennsylvania last week, and she pulled a knife when an employee caught her. But when the cops got there, she said it was all a, quote, social experiment.
Oh, yeah, we're about to talk about her coming up.
Ah,
good, yeah.
See who comes up with that idea.
They didn't buy that excuse, and she was arrested for felony robbery.
It was an experiment to see if she could, in fact, get away with shoplifting. And it turns out you can't.
What is up with all the people who need a charger constantly, the people who are on their phone who are always bothering you with yours? Why don't they have a charger based on the fact that they need it more than most people do?
Because they left it at the last place they were charging their phone.
Why do you need to use mine? Like, you need you could use one of your own. That's what you need.
What?
Yes.
A new study found that having wrinkles around your eyes is a good thing because it makes you seem more sincere. And when people
wrinkles around your eyes?
Yeah.
You're wiped the hell out. You're tired. You need a day off.
Well, I'm guessing just natural wrinkles, not you've stayed up all night wrinkles.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
You're not
different.
talking about like Steve Buscemi?
Yeah, I'm not talking bags, Miles.
All
I'm
right,
talking wrinkles.
All right,
Just wrinkles, not bags.
That's right.
Okay.
The average
my
home...
crow's feet are good.
That's right. Crow's feet are good. They make you seem more trustworthy.
Gotcha.
The average home needs 9 different repairs right now, according to a new survey. And the ones we're most likely to put off are...
All of them.
Yeah, that's not a bad
I read through that list earlier. I'm like, yeah.
The ones that don't involve you. Like, if it's like your basement, then yeah, you're down with that. Your garage, absolutely been good. Your deck to grill on, yeah, we'll do that.
Painting, remodeling the bathroom, and installing new carpet.
Your kitchen that's $80,000, that's going to be a tough one to swallow.
Yeah.
That's just the expensive one. Like, I would assume it's going to be the expensive.
It's just because of all the appliances.
And there's a lot of things that you got to do sometimes in a home that aren't aesthetically pleasing that just need to be done, and they're expensive. Like, you need to get the heating or air conditioning changed, fixed, hot water tank goes, roof needs to be replaced.
Sure.
Like, no one knows, but you spend frickin' thousands on it.
Mm-hmm. The key to being sexy isn't just looking good, according to a new study. What do you know? Research found that a woman's walk was just as important.
Okay.
People were much more attracted to a woman who, quote, wiggles her hips and takes small steps.
Well, sure. I mean, if you look like you're falling over, I mean...
Wiggles your hips.
I think it's more this. I don't know. Your walk is only important, I think, if your walk is so out of the ordinary that it's distracting. You know what I mean? Like, your walk's only important if there's something wrong with the way you walk. Otherwise, I think it's fine.
And we know who those people are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're great.
Mm-hmm.
They're great.
We have nicknames for all of them.
Yeah, we do.
3DA. Can't explain that one. Oh, you don't even want to know. You don't want to know.
3DA.
Well, because that's what... When this particular person walks...
3DA.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, goodness.
Is that wait, hold on.
A new survey found that 53% of millennials think that they will become a millionaire someday.
Yes, that is exactly... Miles figured out 3DA.
Yeah.
It's what they look like when they walk. Right?
That's wrong.
It really is.
But it's accurate.
How are they all going to fit in there?
You walk like that.
All right.
Oh, goodness. So a new survey found that 53% of millennials think they'll be a millionaire someday, and on average...
What?
Yeah, that's what I was... Bring it up when you were writing stuff down.
Right.
On average, they expect to retire at 56, even though they don't plan to start saving for retirement until they're 36.
They don't know how retirement savings works, do they?
No, they don't. And that brings us to our next headline. According to a new study, people keep on getting dumber. That is the headline I have right here.
Okay.
The researchers found that the average IQ of every generation is about 7 points lower than the previous generation, and they believe it's because of worse education, worse nutrition, and more exposure to media.
Yeah, I would say technology. Because, you know what? If I don't have to write things by hand, then I don't have to have the knowledge of just learning how to spell certain things. Those are basic things where my brain isn't working and is not active, where it used to be having to, where it's easier now just to go and find out what the
exactly
correct
when you're
spelling is.
When you're actually taking notes on something, you're focusing more on what you're writing down. Whereas if all we have to do is just type it into a computer, and then we can find any information that we're looking for.
You miss rules for spelling. You miss how sentences form. You miss all kinds of stuff if you don't do it.
Right.
Because if it does it for you, then you don't understand the concept of why.
And we don't have to remember anything.
No.
Our concept of information is just basically in one ear and out the other. It's just fluid. A new study figured out why you get hangry.
Because you're hungry, goddammit.
Exactly. I mean, stupid.
It explains it's hungry and angry.
This is why I'm not working on it.
Look, man, people can be in a real bad mood or whatever, just being complete asses. But they'll always say the same thing. Look, man, I'm sorry. I just haven't eaten anything. I'm hangry. You go, oh, I got it, man. I got it. I understand.
That's right.
You mean
It's
this
easy.
thing that you must do to survive, when you don't do it,
You
and
get
your
upset.
body, right, starts reflecting that it would like you to do something about it, it ruins your mood, huh?
I'll be.
Another headline that just helps Thrill's case. A 28-year-old man got into a fight with police at a Walmart in Tennessee the other day while wearing only his underwear and cowboy boots.
You know, I saw that, and I'm like, come on, man. Again, this... I don't, and I say this every time, why do you want to be a cop? The only person that has to deal with that is you. See, they don't show that on the cop shows.
And anybody
on
that is
Law
dealing
and
with
Order. It's not about that.
Bum-bum.
It's always something exciting.
Dun, dun, dun,
And anybody
dun,
else dealing
dun,
with that,
dun,
who's
dun.
the first person that they call?
The cops. Hey, man,
They
deal
do
with this
need-
dude because he's like, if a
Right.
guy were fully clothed, then other customers go, hey, man, you need to leave the store. When you're in cowboy boots and underwear, you go, I'm not doing this. Call the cops.
No.
Call the people that willingly deal with angry
Yeah.
people in their underwear.
Facebook just launched a new memories feature, but not everyone's a fan because it can remind you of breakups, deaths, and people you've unfriended.
Now,
say
Robin
just launched.
Robin has brought this to our attention, and we're not on Facebook, but is this something you request, or is it just something they started doing?
They
They
just-
just started doing it, right? It
Yeah.
just pops. It can pop up daily, or you can actually go to a couple different tabs that'll take you back to like this day 5 years
Can
ago.
you have them stop? Because the way you brought it to our
I
attention is
imagine you
something.
could. I think you can hide it.
Because you were like, 5 years ago on this day, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is she talking about? And you're like, Facebook just told me and showed me a picture.
Of course, I don't know why it says that it just launched. I've been getting the same I've been getting updates of what I've done for at least 2 years now. I mean, it's still kind of fun, but yeah, you do sometimes get the depressing stuff that you posted on Facebook.
Why was it not so damn
It
depressing
looks
on
like you
Facebook?
can turn off notifications
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, I'm all about turning off notifications.
Yeah, you can turn that right off. You're welcome.
9 years ago today, I got fired from the pool.
Oh, there it is.
See? Researchers in Canada have invented a musical instrument for babies to play while they're still in the womb.
Come on, man.
It's a curved rubber mat that fits over a pregnant woman's stomach, and it plays different notes depending on where the baby kicks.
Okay.
Do you really want to encourage it?
No, I wouldn't think you want to encourage
I even
anybody.
read
Like,
something.
that's like if you put on your back and I just kicked you to make a song, you know?
I even read something recently that said that the kids really don't. All this crap you're trying to do, like you're talking to the belly. I get we want to do that biologically. We feel compelled, but it's a science that this kid's not hearing you. They can hear mom because it's inside of mom, but it's just not hearing all the nonsense.
A clear soda called Not C Cola has been pulled from the shelves in Utah after someone realized it's a Nazi reference.
Oh.
What? How do they piece that together? The fact that it's called Nazi Cola.
You know what? I did see this story earlier, and I don't have it here, but I do know that they also had another product out that was called Orthodox Juice.
Don't you worry, everything's going to be all white.
Damn.
It's so bad. A plane landing in Orlando was stuck on the tarmac for the most unlikely reason.
What's that?
I'll tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now. First, the game is...
The Men's Room presents Profile
Hey,
This.
Stephen, throw a hook at you, please, everyone. How Profile This is played.
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes a story a story. Hello, Jack. Welcome to the Men's Room.
What's up, guys?
Hola. Hi, Jack. You understand how this here game is played?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. Mike Hawk just brought us this story, and basically it's the I'm not a criminal, I'm a scientist defense, which works for absolutely no one. In this case, a 33-year-old woman went to a CVS in Pittston, Pennsylvania last week and stole the battery charger, and when the employee saw her, she pulled a knife. The cops came. She told them they had it all wrong. She was not robbing the CVS at knife point in spite of how it looked. It was just a, and I quote, social experiment that went horribly wrong. Now, as far as we know, she is not a scientist or a psychologist, really, even an aspiring YouTuber trying to do a prank show. There was nothing to validate her assertion that this was a social experiment. Plenty of evidence to assert that perhaps she was just trying to shoplift. So the cops didn't buy her excuse. She was arrested for felony robbery and misdemeanor assault, weapons possession, and theft. My question for you is, do you believe that this woman is black, white, Mexi, or Asian?
Well, based on the fact that it's in Pennsylvania, pulled a knife, then tried saying it was a social experiment.
That is correct.
I'm thinking white.
Final answer, Jack. Let's just get this over with.
Yeah, I'm saying white.
All right, I think you're right. I don't think there's any other choice.
You don't think so?
No.
Let's do the options out there,
experiment?
man.
Okay.
She said it's a social experiment, if you wanted to believe it.
Okay. 33-year-old woman
33-year-old woman. Right?
pulls a knife.
Correct.
That's the only thing that's a little weird. All right, well, final answer. We're going to find out if she was black, white, Mexican, or Asian next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bitches. You're listening to the Men's Room.
Profile this takes us to Pennsylvania. And a woman who steals a battery charger from a CVS, she is busted, and they go up to her and say, hey, what the deal? She pulls a knife, and she says, oh, no, I'm just, I was planning a social experiment to see what would happen.
Well, she pointed when the cops asked her. As far as the employee knew, this was a straight-up robbery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then she took the knife.
Yeah.
See, but when the cops asked, that's when it's like, oh, you just didn't get it. So, Jack, we asked you, did you believe this woman was black, white, Mexi, or Asian? You said, man, it's Pennsylvania. I'm going to play the odds and go white.
Oh,
sorry.
No way.
Mexi.
Oh, no way.
Yes, indeed.
I'll be damned. All right.
Social experiment either way.
Okay, yeah, still whatever. All right, now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box,
Armageddon.
the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Damn it.
Oh, hello.
Man, I try every time. I cannot get as high as he does.
He's got amazing vocal range, that Ted Smith.
Does.
Yes, he does.
So, baseball season is upon us, gentlemen. And I've gone to plenty of games myself. Just quick.
No.
How many games have you gone to?
So far this season? I got to be in the double digits by now.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, we work just down the street from
I know.
the field. Man, so.
I mean, I watch a lot of baseball myself. I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys have gone to a few games yourself. Has anybody here, Robin included, caught a foul ball?
Never. Not once in my life.
Not once? No. Nope. I have only caught one. I've been seeing games since like 95, and I have only ever had one foul ball come my way. And it is an incredible feeling. Remember, it was Robinson Cano hit a foul ball, and it bounced off.
Was it Cano?
It was Cano.
Oh, all right.
It actually was Cano. And they actually gave me this little card. It says, what they call it, the Foul Ball Club or something like that.
And you're in the Foul Ball Club.
I'm in the Foul Ball Club.
I am too, but for different reasons.
We were wondering what that smell was for years. We had no idea. We just thought it was some kind of like a feta cheese bleach kind of combination that, you know, like when you put one of those little tabs in the back of your toilet to kind of make it smell fresh.
Yeah, I got
It's
you.
a little of that, but then with a funk attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a bleachy thing.
So anyway, they write down the date. They write who hit the ball. It's a fun thing.
That's nice.
So with one of the four of us in here, you can tell it's kind of a rare occasion. So I want you to hear this clip right here. I'm going to take you guys to just earlier this week when Kansas City was in Oakland, and we got this.
Pinder has good power. He has 5 home runs.
Foul back. There's the fastball in on the outer half.
Yep. Fouled it back 1-2, and a great play by a fan down to our right. He's getting high fives all around.
Not a bad place to go for a vacation. Tell me you didn't just do it twice.
Come on.
And he does it.
He did.
Back-to-back pitches. The same guy made the play.
Yeah.
2 foul balls in a row.
Back-to-back pitches.
Huh. That's interesting. What are the odds of that?
Right?
Yeah.
They
There
went
are
to
no
the
odds for
exact
that.
same spot.
Now, Mike, you have to know, just as baseball fans, and I don't know if you've seen this, but you need to take the time to see it. We watched it a couple times today in the office. We brought Hair Club in and everything else, but for the first time that I can ever remember, they mic an ump at a baseball game.
Okay.
And the game that I want to say is the New York Mets taking on...
I don't remember. It's definitely the Mets.
Somebody, they have a little dispute about the fact that the pitcher throws behind the batter.
Okay.
You have a right-handed pitcher. You have a left-handed batter. Mm-hmm. He threw behind him.
Okay.
All right. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty blatant that they obviously something has happened before to get to this point.
Sure.
Where you throw that pitch.
A Mets player's been hit by a pitch.
He threw behind him.
But in the conversation, a Mets player had been hit because it's the Mets pitching at this point.
So he's aiming for the butt at this point.
He's just trying
and
to
that kind of leads to this.
Right.
And so the umpire goes out and he says, hey, shouldn't there have been a warning? And the umpire says, hey, there was. We talked about this ahead of time. You knew the situation beforehand. We warned you guys if you were going to do this that we were going to cut this off, just so basically, long and short is, it won't continue. We set the ground rules. You know we have to do this, blah, blah, blah. And then Collins, one of the managers for the Mets, he absolutely loses his crap. Terry Collins loses his freaking mind. You MFer.
But let me ask you this, though, because when you watch it, we've never heard them mic'd up. That's the difference.
You've seen Earl Weaver.
But when you saw their body language, okay, it looks the same as any time that the umpire and a manager are having a tense conversation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But when you actually hear it, you realize, look, these guys are doing a better job of keeping their cool, because this is, you can tell it's a heated discussion, but when you hear the actual conversation, you're like, okay, I didn't realize it runs this deep, man.
Like it's like you wonder what like Lou Piniella has said, just what people who've come under.
Dude, like he's calling him a sea sucker.
Oh, yeah, everything. Oh, you got to watch.
But it's somehow still civil. Like it's expected. The thing you didn't realize how bad it was.
We were going to send it to you so that you could use it at some point in time.
Sure.
It would take you 2 hours to edit this 3-minute piece of audio.
Really? It's the Boston River all over over again.
It's just Hair Club wanted us to match it up with. What is the show? Deadwood, I guess, on HBO because of all the cussing involved in it. I mean, it's
got it.
Yeah, it's.
See, and I was interested in that because I found myself. I think Service got ejected in one of his games, and I caught myself watching a bunch of ejections on YouTube and a bunch of arguments.
Now, the
on
players
YouTube.
themselves, even though they're throwing at each other, are very civil.
Absolutely.
To the umpire, like, sir, shouldn't we get a warning on this? Blah blah blah. And then out comes Collins, man. And it's just
managers get dirty.
And I mean, you hear the roar. Like the guy turns around, he runs, like, I'll take care of this. And he's just like, mother effer. It was just, it was a refreshing aspect of a game we've all watched for a number of years.
Nice.
To see the other side of it, to see what they actually, what they actually say and everything.
Right.
Else.
I would have loved to have heard half the stuff.
Yeah, it was still out there.
You
got to check. Well, yeah. For sure.
Anyway, yeah.
Do it.
2 foul balls in the exact same spot.
That's pretty impressive.
That guy annoys me.
So we've had this discussion off air multiple times. This is a drinking show. This is we are centered. We have our own beer. Mm-hmm. Actually, we
enjoy beer. Yeah.
3 different kinds of beer. So wouldn't it be great if we actually had an entire category about beer on one of the greatest trivia shows ever?
You mean like Jeopardy?
Yes.
Yes, that would be awesome.
In fact, not too long ago, earlier this week, we got this.
I need a drink for $200.
That's an expensive drink. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and I'd like this cocktail made with tequila, Cointreau, and lime juice. Go easy on the salt. Rebecca.
What is a margarita?
That's it.
All right, Rebecca.
It was only the $200 clue, so I mean, it's going to be an easy one.
Becca!
Does it get harder?
She drinks margaritas.
I have no idea.
You're not working on it.
I want to hear the $1,000 one.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Like, I want to get that. It's probably like an old-fashioned
Year of the Comet. Oh, yeah.
Something way back in the day, like one of those Prohibition cocktails.
I drink 7 of these before we do a tasting of Jeopardy.
But as I say, but our twist on it is...
Does anybody else DVR Jeopardy?
No.
Crap.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
What, for masturbation? You talking about to just get one...
That Alex Trebek,
Take
man.
care of one?
No, I'm looking for the next... what was the guy's name? The bartender that went on a hell of a streak.
The guy with the weird
Alex
hair.
Collins or something like that. Like he shopped at a bunch of thrift stores.
Yeah, where was he from?
I don't
Was
know.
it like Oregon or something?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
He was exactly who he was.
I enjoy Jeopardy, man.
I do too. I just don't tape the thing.
Yeah, that's,
So
it's like it's always on.
You know why? Exactly. It's like, oh man, like I missed Price is Right. I'm not sure what's going down now. I mean, look, it's going to be the same show tomorrow.
If a sporting event preempts anything on your Sunday night, hell, Jeopardy's on 10:30.
Yes, it is.
That's right. Wait for it. Ashton Kutcher was on James Corden earlier on this week, and James Corden did just one of his usual rap battles. I think I showed you guys Sam Jackson here not too long ago. Have you guys heard any of the other ones?
No. I just didn't know Ashton Kutcher was coming out.
Was coming out?
Just in general. Like, he's been for years, he's like, I'm not doing anything. I don't need to go on television anymore. I don't need to go on. Like, he's just.
Yeah, he's making a ton of money.
He's gone away.
Well, I think The Ranch actually is about to launch a new season. So
I was wondering what was going to. I was wondering why he was. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, he had the rap battle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys listen to the battle. I'm going to have you guys grade who won, and then we're going to tell you guys who officially won. So here is the rap battle between James Corden and Ashton Kutcher.
I heard I was battling in A-list hunks, but when I saw Ashton Kutcher, I knew I was getting punked. You haven't had a hit movie since 2002. You were so bad in jobs, even Siri won't talk to you. On that 70s show, you're a stoner with jokes, which is ironic because tonight you're the one who's getting smoked. You do great charity work year after year. Want to save something from dying? Start with your career.
Your favorite salad dressing? Come on, dude, be real. Ranch is your favorite beverage, skin cream, and meal. Didn't like my Apple movie? I find that odd. Judging from your track record, you'd take any job. You did Ocean's 8. That's worth mentioning. Probably should have called it Ocean's 8 Everything. And before that, you did so many animated flicks that we haven't seen this face in a movie since you last saw ya.
Let's cool it down in here a little bit.
Yes, Mike, it's getting out of control.
Yeah. Well, one was more professional. One was a little more personal.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I like Corden's, man.
Yeah.
I like Corden's
Like
digging at him.
Corden's. Miles, where were you going with that one?
You know what? I think that it's easy to go. I think it's easy to go personal. So I think I'll go. I'll go with the professional one. I'll go with Corbin.
You'll throw Corden on that one. I tend to agree with you because you just basically picked on the fact that he was fat. It's like,
right.
You know what? That's all the material that you
that's
got.
all you got. I don't know. Like you should have something else.
Yeah, right.
I mean, and the one reference that he did make was to a wedding that he attended to do a carpool karaoke with somebody for like a ridiculous amount of money or something, and he showed up at like a bar mitzvah or whatever. Like, and they're like, hey, Cord's there. Like,
let's go to the judges.
The winner by only a half a point. For the very first time in history, James Corden!
Couldn't go the other way.
Had to give it to him, man.
Right? But by half a point. I thought he won by at least more than half a point.
I thought they were both good.
Hey, I'll take a win.
Yeah, pretty decent.
Hey, by the way, Mike, you're getting a lot of love here. A lot of people DVR Jeopardy.
Hell yeah.
This blows my mind. I did not realize this was a thing. A lot of frickin' people.
Huh. Man, when you
DVR.
first asked me to start writing big dummy questions, this is why. I absolutely love trivia. I can't get enough of it.
I like trivia too, but I'm not going to DVR it, man.
There's not a whole lot that I DVR. There's a couple baseball games.
How many do you need to catch back up on?
Quite a few. It's been a few days.
That's getting crazy.
I've been away. You were on vacation there. Speaking of which, good segue. Jeopardy's kind of my guilty pleasure show, and I actually have a list of things that says what your kind of guilty pleasure show says about you as a person.
Boy!
All right. Okay.
So Thrill, what is your guilty pleasure show? What's the show that you
Give
watch?
me most of the stuff I watch
is comic book based shows, reality competitions, daytime talk, reality.
They got like science nerd shows.
I was going to say I'm a PBS guy.
They got sitcoms, crime dramas, game shows, horror, fantasy dramas.
No.
Right.
I go nonfiction.
You know what it says then? It says I'm not even worth talking about. Like I'm not even worth. Like it doesn't even matter what my trait is. Like, dude, nobody cares.
Yep. I like sports, so I like live sports.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's what you like, but what's your guilty pleasure show? What's the thing that you watch? It's like, damn it, I shouldn't be watching this.
Dude, like how it's made.
That really badass show about the auctioneering business. If you haven't watched it, every once in a while I find myself on that.
So isn't that technically a reality?
Reality? I'll tell you I'll be okay. Here it is. For some reason, I get stuck on this. It's Antiques Roadshow on PBS. And the reason is because they bring in this piece of crap that they found. Like, well, my aunt's been holding on to this. And next thing you know, it's worth $10,000.
Or you think it's worth $10,000.
Next thing you know, like, well, I went home, found out that this thing is only worth 50 cents. I'm like, ah.
You got ripped off at a flea market.
You got shocked at the buzz.
Robin, anything? Because they haven't said anything that's on my list yet. Do you have a guilty pleasure kind of show?
Pleasure show. I mean, honestly, it's every year it's Shark Week. And I will DVR every new episode of whatever they're making, and I will watch it. I'll like space it out and I'll watch it up until Thanksgiving because sometimes all that holiday stuff kicks in and I can't take it.
How about, do you watch like a Planet Earth? You watch nature shows?
Oh, yeah,
I do like
those.
those.
I like
But is
those.
that guilty pleasure, man?
No, they're not guilty pleasure.
I
That's the
don't feel
thing.
guilty about that.
So let's just start from the top then.
Right.
You guys are no help. I'm just going to start from the top.
Sorry, we're not the common TV watcher.
Comic book based shows. It says if you're into shows like Supergirl, Jessica Jones, Marvel had a whole bunch on Netflix there. You may be satisfying your interest in superheroes and problem solving.
Yeah.
We know you're satisfying your superheroes, then.
Perhaps seeing someone save the day on your TV screen helps you to subconsciously solve daily issues with your work or school. You feel more superhero-y after you watch it, right?
Well, that's good. That's positive.
Let's go to reality competitions. If you're a fan of competition-based shows, Dancing with the Stars,
You're
Survivor,
narcissistic as
Bachelor, Biggest Loser, you probably have a bit of competitive streak that you've yet to discover, and all you really want to do is win.
I don't know, man. Me. Like, I watch, mostly with the kids, but what is it called? American Ninja Warrior. Right?
Great show.
Great show. I don't feel competitive. Like, I'm never like, I could do that. I know goddamn well I couldn't do that.
Yeah, but no one's in the bar going, I
watching.
am the best Ninja Warrior. It's like, I did it, man.
All right.
Like, it's a different kind of, like, it's not me.
No, but people still, look, it doesn't matter what it is. Oh, man, if I were doing that cargo net, I would. If I were doing these monkey bars, I would. If that were me, I was like, no, you would. You would do what I do. You'd fall into the water, you'd hurt a lot, drink a beer, and ask yourself why you bothered.
Okay, so let's switch up the way that we're doing this. What does daytime talk show says about you? Dr. Phil, Maury, Jerry Springer.
You're unemployed.
Nothing
You're
going
unemployed.
on.
Could signal you tuned into others to really enjoy listening to other people's problems.
Okay.
It's what it says about you subconsciously, not about you physically.
I would say if you didn't work the overnight shift, what are you doing?
That's right. Why are you watching?
Right. If you're not on nights or overnights, why aren't you sleeping or...
Let's go to a reality series, Kardashians, Jersey Shore, Real Housewives.
You want to be somebody that you're not.
It's a stress reliever to watch other people's drama on TV. Even though we may not totally agree with all the actions involved, we can sometimes sympathize with their feelings and at least understand where they're coming from.
I mean, we've said this before, like all those Real Housewives shows. Like, if it were Real Housewives of Tulsa, like, I would watch it, right? Because they're probably more relatable to me. But you can bring up the Kardashians, and it's like, look, there's no matter what you do, there's drama in life. But the things that they have to worry about, their drama is so far out of reach and out of context and anything in my life. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me.
Instead of, like, is Katie going to get an above-ground pool?
Damn. How about
do we still have pomos at Joe's Corner Store?
Should we just go ahead and splurge and get the hot tub, Junior?
Right.
He said, hell with it. And next thing I know, he's pouring a concrete slab out back.
And I'd watch that show.
He ran the electric and the water. We were ready to go. But then Ernie didn't show up with the tub.
Real Housewives of Tulsa.
God damn it, Ernie took the money and left. He was $500.
This one's my guilty pleasure.
I'd watch that.
And animation shows.
Oh,
Family Guy,
yeah.
Simpsons,
Totally.
South Park, all them. What does that say about you?
I think it says that you like to laugh.
You're a big kid at heart, basically.
Sure. Yeah.
You look at cartoons as a departure from drama that we encounter on the daily.
Not only that, but you can put people in character and have them say anything, and it doesn't really matter because it's a cartoon.
That's
so
the beauty.
You can break down the walls. If someone's face is attached to it, it'll be like, you know what, I don't want to say that because people think that's... But if it's a cartoon, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, look.
You think about Eric Cartman from South Park. Could Miles, you or I get away with half the stuff that he says?
No, anti-Semitic stuff. Is
racist
ridiculous.
things, no.
But with him, you're like, oh, Cartman.
You should see Charlie Brown, the director's cut.
Oh, no.
Like, you're so stupid.
Things he calls peppermint patty. It's horrible.
I mean, Kenny dies every episode. That wouldn't fly.
Primetime dramas, Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, This Is Us, that kind of a thing.
You like to cry.
Mostly enjoy a bit of suspense mixed with your everyday life.
All right.
The thrill of figuring out what's coming next keeps you feeling alive as you look on from the edge of your seat.
I knew it was them from the very beginning. Look,
no matter what happens, you knew it was them. It doesn't matter who you really think it was, because when they do it, like, I knew it was him all along.
You'll miss it in the first 30 seconds of the show starting. That's all you get. Pay real close attention to the first 30 seconds.
I'll tell you.
That'll tell you the end of the show.
See, here, to me, this is one of the things TV needs to fix, all right? So even if it's a crime drama, and it doesn't matter the one, if they have guest stars, if there's a guest star who I recognize as an actor, right? So John Lithgow shows up somewhere, okay? And he's part of a murder mystery. And my thought is, if he makes it to the end of the show, then he's the guilty person. Because frankly, and I hate to do that, but it's just the truth. Like, you have to pay this particular actor too much to do a bit part on your show. So I know he's the murderer. I don't need to watch anymore. If you hired actors that we never knew their name, then I think the mystery is the mystery. But if you a very special episode with fill in the blank, like, oh, they're the killer.
Sitcoms, another one of mine. Big Bang Theory, Modern Family, Two Broke Girls, Fresh Off the Boat. What does that say about you?
You just want to relax and enjoy your life and just kind of kick back and have a good laugh.
It can mean that you're just happy-go-lucky human looking to take a load off and escape from reality.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You just want
precisely what they're designed
right,
for.
you want a little chuckle. Crime dramas, Law and Order, and all of its spin-offs.
Deep down inside, you want to be a criminal.
You like problem solving.
Close. Actually, Miley, you're pretty much right on. It says that this person personally thinks that there's a little bit of a detective in all of us, just to wanting to solve all these different mysteries that are going on.
They're trying to figure out how to get away with something.
It's like profile this, just a bunch of crap. People.
That's right. There you go, guys.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. All right, we've got your headlines coming up with E. Ted Smith. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Mississippi daughter upset with a nursing home after finding a snake sleeping in her mom's bed. We head to Florida, or California, where a man graduated with his Comfort Enemy pillow to rest his weary head. Minnesota raccoon shows how desperate Americans are with finding happy news. Alligator on runway in Orlando is there for all to amuse. And Florida man with monkey clinging to his chest is arrested. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story. We go to Florida, where a plane trying to land in Orlando had to wait on the tarmac to clear, but there wasn't a single plane on it. A video posted on Facebook shows an alligator lumbering its way across the tarmac. An alligator holding up traffic in the process. Mm-hmm. About 5 minutes later, the way was clear and the plane taxied to the gate. An airport truck made its way out to the pond that the alligator slipped into to ensure that it did not make its way back out onto the runway.
Let me ask you a question. If you lived in Florida, would you feel comfortable putting a blanket out in your backyard, going out and getting some sun?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
No, I wouldn't either. I mean, I just can't imagine, having to worry about something eating me.
But why
I don't want to live in that place.
Plane held up, man. I've been on a flight
because the alligator was so goddamn big, and it was in the middle. It was in the middle of the runway, and they couldn't land or take off the plane.
It was that big.
Yeah,
yes.
It was an international airport, so all those runways
you don't know where it's
going
to dart.
Oh man, Orlando's one of the more busy airports in the country. People don't realize that because of Disney World, they just think Orlando, but they have. I mean, it's a busy ass airport.
We had a flight delayed once because of a dog, and I just thought, man, fire up the jet, and I'm telling you, the dog will move. I get an alligator might be a little slower,
was just
but the
lumbering down the thing.
He did not care at all.
He was a big alligator. We were talking about that earlier. Like, you could go down and kill like 10,000 alligators right in Florida.
Right.
There'd still be plenty of alligators to eat people, and everything would be fine. It wouldn't even change the dynamic of living.
That's why they live so long, man.
Jesus.
They reproduce like crazy.
Man, that's amazing.
In other news, Robin actually showed me this video earlier this week, but in Minnesota, a raccoon made headlines after it was seen climbing around the UBS Tower in St. Paul. It started by just hanging around the parking garage and was later seen actually scaling the walls of the building, which is 25 stories tall.
Anybody else know the raccoons could do that? I sure as hell did not know.
He was just climbing a freaking cement
Yeah, so I'm like,
post, it looked like.
How do you do that, man? I did not know raccoons had that Spider-Man ability.
I'm pretty sure he was fixed, because there's no way that... There's nothing big enough for that to happen. After a few stressful days...
They call him Sticky D, Mike. That's why. Turns out he was. Yeah. I wasn't using my hands at all.
It's kind of like honey, but it's tackier.
Oh, no.
My cold gun.
After a few stressful days, the animal landed itself in a trap on the roof and was removed from the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, but were they going to leave it up there?
Yeah, right. Well, the thing is the windows of the building couldn't open. So they had to wait for this thing to go up to the roof. They just set a raccoon trap up there, wait for it to jump in there, and then they got it out.
Maybe that's why she went up. Ooh, I smell some food.
Lordy. In Colorado, prom season is in full swing, and that brings some promposals and some unique ways that kids are asking their dates to prom. While it's usually fun, some things get taken a little bit too far. Someone asked their date to prom by actually spray painting one of the stones at the Colorado National Monument, asking his date to the prom. The usual punishment for this kind of vandalism can be up to $500 and up to 6 months in prison.
Well, yeah.
But Monument officials said that they'll take it easy on the kid if they just come forward.
No, he's a kid. I mean, the people who tag my neighborhood are all adults.
No.
So
I'm just
saying, like, they're spray painting like, someone's business.
I'm just thinking, here's my deal for the kid. You can either roll the dice. You can either come forward, we'll take it easy on you. You guarantee it that we're going to take it easy on you, but you got to come forward and do it. If we find you and find that you did it, we're going to give you the full thing. So you can risk us not finding you because there's not a whole lot of evidence here.
Yeah. Well, wait, what's the girl's name? I mean, wouldn't that...
I don't. They didn't. It said prom and then ... is as in promise. It's like this.
All right.
And then with a question mark.
Can we keep our promise?
Right. So my guess is he asked her to promise. She was like, yes. And then the rest of it is,
can't,
you promise?
I'm going with Hunter. Sorry.
Back in 2006, an unofficial record was given to a group in Japan in which 500 people gathered together and had the biggest orgy in recorded history.
Get out of here.
Earlier this month, there was an attempt to break that record in Las Vegas, Nevada. They set a date and a time for the event to take place and even had over 1,000 people willing to jump in and be a part of it. However, due to 2 venue changes, the number of people involved in the orgy dropped to a dramatic 375. The record was not broken, but the coordinator said that they put on an amazing event. That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Oh, thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for Big Dummy, No Way Sherlock, Ted's Meat, and Potatoes, and we'll drink and tell us with a shot of the day.
Yes, indeed, it's all true, but in the meantime, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.